On this episode of The City Buzz, I am taking you to South Philly's newest hidden gem, the bakery on 3rd and Wolf. And I'm with the owner, my friend, Rocco Weiss.
What's up, Felicia?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
I am so happy that your business is finally open.
Finally, right?
Finally. How do you feel opening up the business in the neighborhood that you grew up in?
It was important to me to make sure I kept it in the neighborhood because, you know, I'm not necessarily from 2nd Street. I grew up on 6th and Porter, but I went to Mount Carmel. My best friends since 1st grade are all 2nd Streeters, so being around here and growing up with guys from the neighborhood, it was important to keep a business in here so we can grow, and because this community means everything to me and they always give back and they always show up. So being here is important to me because they grew up with me just as much as I grew up with them. So all my best friends are here.
Well, this community is like no other.
Yeah.
2nd Street. I married
You're
into
lucky.
it.
Right?
I sure am. But it's just people around here support each other.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And with this business, you have had support from the very beginning with all the different things that you used to do. From your first business, Weiss Fries. And how old were you when you did that?
I believe I was 21 when we got the store. John was 23. By the time I opened, I was 22.
Just think, who opens up a business, though, at that young of an age? That's like an accomplishment in itself.
Yeah, it was really good in the beginning, and then you'll get a little ahead of yourself. We started partying. And
of course. I mean, well, the middle school rock stars was definitely an error.
It was
right?
middle class rock
Middle
stars,
class, sorry.
Even though I never claimed to be one.
It's okay. You were definitely one of them.
I mean, yeah, whatever.
But here's the thing. Like, you were 22. Mm-hmm. Things in life lead you to where you are today.
Yep.
And it taught you a lot of things, right? Mm-hmm. You then went to college.
Yep. So when we opened, it was booming right away. The neighborhood showed out. We were so successful and busy. Like, we were that place that where you waited 3 or 4 hours for it and you waited. And it was like, oh, we can't do this. But now, like, people wait in line all places at restaurants, and it's like, oh, it's cool. Because, you know, like, now it's a thing. And people want to wait for something because it's worth it. But, I mean, we're talking 15 years ago. So, but then it closed down. And then, you know, I was like, you know what, let me go to college. Because we didn't really know how to run the business. We just knew food because that's in our family, you know. So we were like, I went to college, went to Temple, graduated, and then I started traveling, which opened my eyes up to everything because I'm seeing different cultures, how people eat, what they eat, clothes. You know, I'm big into fashion, so like I see all that stuff, and then it trickled down into like, all right, really, what do I want to do with my life? You know, like I always wanted to own a business. Like I worked in the city, so like I had real jobs, but like my passion was always just to be my own boss.
I can see that about you. I think for you, I admire about you that you decided to travel and having like open eyes to different cultures and fashion and all the above, because when you're here, sometimes you have like a very different outlook. You're like, this is South Philly, this is the neighborhood. It's all great and it's all you know, but you took it to the next level, and it just shows with even your decor in here and everything that you didn't just make it a average Joe place.
Hell no.
No.
I ain't nothing average about me, right?
There's no average Joe at Rocco Weiss.
I could be a little bougie, I guess you could say.
It's okay.
But, in a good way.
And your necklace, love it.
I bought this necklace, right? Mm-hmm. I always wanted pearls because everyone's starting to do gold and stuff.
Yeah. So
I go out and buy pearls. I buy it, comes in, I'm like, on the back of it, it says Our Lady of Mount Carmel on it.
Wait, are you kidding?
I swear to God. I was like, what the hell is that?
Are you kidding?
Yeah. It was like 2 years ago I bought it.
That's like an omen, right? Like that's crazy.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And now you have a place right across the street from it.
How about that?
That's wild. Well, I got the chills.
This place meant everything to me. Should we get into the details of?
Yeah, we'll get into the details. Let's get into the details.
Okay.
Let's get into the details of the bakery.
Yes. The name, I guess people are like, why'd you name it the bakery?
Why did you name it the bakery?
Well, to me, our friends, like we came here every day before school, after school, like it was a thing. We met here. We went across the street.
So was a bakery here?
Yeah, this was Baker Brothers for, I believe, 20 years. And before that was Hires.
Okay.
So to us, it's where are you going? We'll meet you at the bakery. Like in my friend group, it was always the bakery. So like the name, the bakery, it's simple, it's straightforward. Like where are you going? The bakery sells donuts, it sells bread, it sells pizza, etc. So it's just easier to say where are you going? I'm going to the bakery.
I love it. I love that.
And it means a lot to me and my friends because that's what we named it.
And coffee.
Yes.
What's the coffee named after?
So the coffee is it's with Elixir, a good friend of mine who owns Elixir, Evan. I reached out to him and he allowed me to pick my own beans and, put it together. And I named that Our Lady of Mount Coffee because, of course, we're across the street from Our Lady of Mount Carmel. And it's the OLMC acronym. So that meant a lot to me to name it like that. And it's, it rolls off the tongue well, I guess.
Yeah, Our Lady of Mount Coffee.
Yeah.
Well, you always have a lot of great ideas. And that one was very clever. I mean, people around here can relate to it. You're going to be able to buy the coffee here.
Yep.
And then you're able to grind it for the people if they need to, correct?
Yes. So the drip coffee that I'll be serving is the Our Lady of Mount Coffee blend. You'll also be able to buy it in the bags to take home with you. But if you do want to grind it up, we do grind it for you.
That's awesome.
And a free cup of coffee always comes with the bag.
Ooh, okay. Yep. People love free things. Tell me how that process was with picking your own beans.
Well, Evan's really cool. He I've been drinking Elixir for many like 5 or 6 years. I discovered this, so that was always the brand that I always wanted to use right away. So I had all his blends, and his seasonal blend was the best. So we just went back and forth maybe like 2 or 3 times, and it was just nailed. It was like once you sipped it, it was done. It was pretty easy, honestly.
Well, did you to open up a coffee shop? What gave you that inspiration to do that?
I would say like 5 or 6 years ago, I really got into coffee. It's not just about the product; it's like the vibe and the atmosphere of being in a coffee shop. You come here, you do your work. There's nice jazz on, you just relax. Have a conversation like this.
Yes.
So I started traveling, and I saw that like coffee shops were big in neighborhoods, and it brought a lot of culture to it. Not just about coffee, because people are meeting up and discussing ideas or starting businesses and different brands. So that meant a lot to me. So I just started drinking coffee. I was never a coffee guy. I just started drinking coffee when I was like 27, maybe. And I just always had it black because that's
when people need to stay awake.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Our energy level is not like what we were when we were 21.
People say, "Oh, how do you drink it black?" I'm like, you take a shot of tequila to get drunk. It don't taste good, but it gives you the effect, right? So if you take a shot of espresso, it might not taste good, but it gives you the energy.
It gives you the energy. That's what you need, right?
You know what I mean? So that's
if you can get down a thing of tequila, you can get down a thing of black coffee.
Exactly. So that's why. But I always wanted to taste the original form of it because like lattes and different mixtures of coffee and cream milk. Like if you want sugary milk, just drink sugary milk. Why put time into having a cup of coffee if you're not going to have the full experience of it? So I fell in love with that, and when I'm into something, I like go 100%.
Yes.
Me, I'm like all for it. So
well, you went all for it with this. I think the vibe in here is modern Victorian. I love it. I love everything about it. The brick wall, the wallpaper that you have in here, your wall that you have with all important people in your life, important things, some history on that wall.
Yep, there's Burke, there's the Mummers, there's my grandparents, there's my 3 nieces, the old shop. There's also a picture of me in, I believe, 4th grade up there.
I love it.
Yeah.
This is amazing.
So I seen that in a lot of places in New York that did it. And luckily, my friend Johnny Hines, he did a lot of the work in here. His wife's amazing. She does like all the interior design. And us 3 work together. And I mean, I always had, like I have notes from 4 or 5 years ago of how I wanted this place to look. If I show you. It's like 85%.
Wait, are you kidding?
I swear to God.
I feel like when you put your mind to something, like there's no getting you out of that mindset.
I'm 100%.
So you put 1,000% into this, like cash wise and mind wise. But Christ. Guess what?
It's worth it though.
It's worth it. Yeah. This is going to be so worth it. In this neighborhood, we don't have anything like that around here.
No, that was another thing that I wanted to do here because I mean, the coffee shops that you want to go to are up in Pensport or even up further in the city, and there's nothing in Whitman area. And how all the new houses towards 4th, 5th, and 6th, and Wolf Rittner, Shunk, and all that's starting to change.
Yeah.
So there's nothing like us down here, and I want it to be the forefront of coffee shops in this entire Whitman area. So.
Well, what I can see, especially this summer, when the weather's breaking, because that's what's happening now,
Yep.
I see people just stopping in here, even young kids, like Kendall's age, coming and grabbing a thing of coffee with their friends
crazy,
and
ain't
walking.
it?
Yeah.
A 10-year-old drinking coffee these days.
Please, during the family friends soft opening that you had,
there
was kids drinking coffee.
I wasn't allowed to drink it. The only thing I did with coffee was we had to make coffee when we were kids with all my grandparents and aunts
Like
and
when they
uncles
would
playing cards and stuff.
exactly
Like, make the fucking
on like a
coffee,
Friday,
right?
make me coffee and bring a donut in. Yeah,
Now they're drinking it.
my first cup of coffee was at your place
There you go.
a couple weeks ago.
How was it? Good?
I was bouncing off of a wall and heard everyone's conversations.
It's good for you.
But guess what? It was delicious.
Thank you.
And it makes me want to have more coffee.
Good.
But we're not going to have any more right now because if not, I won't stop talking. But I need to know. You talked about Johnny Hines, his wife. How was that process, though, with getting everything together, making sure that everything looked perfect? Because that's what this is.
Well, I mean, lucky, again, Johnny and Stephanie, they're great at what they do, but I had all these ideas written in my notes, I'm telling you, for 5 years at least. Just the herringbone floors, the black, the green, the brick walls, everything in here. Like, we have the original sign still in the, like, I seen that and it was like, I have to keep it, you know? But getting to there was a long process. I mean, these lights on the wall, I think I changed 7 times. I'm not gonna lie. Like, my friend Bobby Neal put them up. He came back and forth. Chris Maselli helped me, and Tyler Quinn. I changed these things 7 times.
You know, it's really nice.
I get stuck on something, and it has to be perfect.
Who doesn't want it
settle.
perfect?
Can't settle for anything.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
Why would you settle on something that you put your whole heart and soul into?
Exactly.
I mean, you want to make it perfect. You want to make it right. And it's really nice that you have your friends doing this with you. I think it makes it so much more special, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I got to hear them say they're getting stuff for free every time because, I mean, I probably owe them my life. But,
it's okay.
you know,
But
it's good to have good friends, and that's what this neighborhood's about, just being good friends and sticking there for people and being there for you, you know?
Well,
we're lucky.
We are very lucky. And like talking about friends, you started during COVID, Pizza by Rocco. And your friends started eating your pizza, and then the community started eating your pizza. And it was so crazy. But
I feel bad for the people that weren't there for it. Like, it's a blip in like history and it's gone. But like, I feel bad for the people that weren't experience it, because the way it happened was like COVID happened. Everyone's home playing bingo and drinking every day.
On the Zoom, I think we played on the video bingo, right? Didn't we do it on like Zoom? Yeah, like that's what we did it during that time.
So when people were doing that, I got gifted a pizza oven during it, and I'm sitting there, I'm like, you know, I gotta make pizza. I always love making pizza. Like, we could talk about where that started, but the pizza, you know, I just started making pizzas and had family over, and it was good. And then like one Wednesday, I texted my friends like, yo, come by my house on Friday at 5 to 6 o'clock. And I gave them time slots to come. I made them the pizza. I'm like, yo, just test this out. Let me know how it tastes. You know, like half hour later, I'll post it on Instagram. Like, oh, this is great, blah, blah, blah. And I think it was Santos. He was like, yo, you got to start selling this. Like, I wasn't doing it to sell. Like, I was just doing it to be like, yo, it's COVID. Yo, come get pizza. Like, I was just bored.
Yeah.
You know, he was like, dude, you got to sell this. So like 3 weeks go by, I'm in my head, I'm like, you know, I'm just gonna go on Instagram. I got someone to create me a menu, like what I wanted to put on there, and they put it on like a file.
Like a flyer.
An art looking thing. Like all my things were always abstract art. Like all my menus meant something, like that had a vibe to it. So I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. I put it on Wednesday, no advertising, no telling nobody, nothing. Like my friends didn't even know I was doing it. At noon, I put it up, taking orders at 5 p.m. for pickup Friday. I think it was like the first week of June. I sold out 40 pizzas in like 30 seconds. It was I denied probably 50 people. It was nuts, right? And I didn't have that many followers. I only had like 1,500 followers just from like friends and like, you know, people I didn't know. Yeah. So I'm like, oh, this is what the hell just happened? Like, I didn't know. I was down the shore, like whatever.
Now you're like, wow, now I need to buy a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, I knew how to do that. So I'm like, all right. So the next week I'm like, I go, I guess I'll do it again. Sold out faster. I had denied more people, you know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, I got to add another day. People were buying like 5, 6, 7 of them. And I was like, all right, I got to slow it down and make it like, I think I made it 2 or 4 was the max per person. Like I was like, can't buy more than 4 so other people could try.
Yes.
People were taking 8. I only have 40.
And it was like the same probably people were like, oh, I want the pizza.
It was, I had like, well, I mean, again, this neighborhood's the best.
Yeah.
Like, I had probably 8 to 12 of my like really close friends. They got it every week.
Yeah.
And then I had to text them aside. I was like, yo, like you had it. Like you got to allow the people try to get it because it was, like, I'm only a one-man band.
Exactly.
But the 40, like I could have made more, but you know me, I'm into fashion. I love sneakers.
Yes.
Right? So the business model around the pizza was to keep a limited stock of it to make people want it. Like
Want it.
Jordan makes 1,500 pair of sneakers. They're going to sell out no matter what they look like. He makes 250,000 in them pairs. They might sit because there's more access to it. You know what I mean?
People want things that they might not be able to have.
They want what they can't have.
That's exactly right.
Anything.
Anything. It doesn't matter what it is.
So my point was like, all right, I'm going to make less and make people want it more. And if you try, and when you finally get it, the reward is worth it. And it's like, oh my God, this is exactly what I wanted and like what you hear about.
Well, my family loves your pizza. I sadly was never able to have your pizza. Maybe one day, Rock. Maybe one day. But no, I
got to get that gluten for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I mean, this is terrible, right? One day you're going to make me gluten-free cookies and gluten-free pizza, and it'll make my whole life.
Sure.
Eye roll. But I think that the Pizza by Rocco, with doing stuff on social media, is like the new way of life. And
exactly.
With COVID and you doing like the limited menu and different. Like I remember there was like a pickle one, and then there was one that was like a everything bagel.
The bagel
crust.
one was crazy.
Yeah, and you just did like really cool things. One was like a spicy one.
Well, to me, to me, cheese pizza is the best. Like, no, if you don't have a good cheese pizza, your pizza place sucks.
I agree. Like if you judge a cheese pizza, that's how you know a place is good. Yeah.
But my thing was like, pizza is a sandwich in a sense. You know what I mean? So like, I started to be like, all right, what would I want to eat on a sandwich or like a meal? Like if you and your husband go to a pizza place, one pizza is a meal in a sense. So like, I started opening up the floodgates of just being creative, and like I love putting things out there that people couldn't try, you know? So it was like, how can I make people buy something? Like the crab pizza was the most popular.
I saw that one. What, during Lent, did you do that?
Yeah, it was during Lent. I went, you know what? I don't eat crab gravy.
Really?
I
can't believe it.
I had a bad day. I got in a car accident when I was younger. We ate crab gravy.
So now it's like you can't do it.
I haven't looked at it since.
No way.
But I was like, you know what? Lent's coming around. It was insane.
I think that was such a great idea. Like, how different.
Yeah, it was really different.
Yeah. What were some of the other ones you did? So we talked about the pickle, the crab.
Yeah, the spicy was popular.
I know you did one with sausage, right?
The sausage was good. The pepperoni. I mean, everyone does it now, the hot honey with the pepperoni. But I mean, I did that 4 years ago.
Well, I know Dennis loved your pizza.
Yeah, he loves it.
He'll eat the whole thing himself. But yeah, we used to do like pizza parties at his grandmom's house.
Yep.
And we used to bring your pizza there, which was nice. That's what we say about like the community, everyone supporting each other. Like
the Ojung's thing was.
Yeah. So Ojung's, which I definitely want to stop there with this podcast because I just think their family
Michael and Holly
is
are the best.
Amazing.
I mean, they're so down for the community. They're just great people.
They will donate. They will just. They're here for everyone. Yep. And I remember seeing Holly at the Fancy Brigade banquet, and she's like, I want to be on your podcast. I'm like, I want your whole family.
They're perfect.
I want your whole family on my podcast. Yeah. But
you might need a more lens, bigger lens.
Lenses, more. I just want people to just have mics on them just to hear what they have to say. But you did your pop-up shop there.
Yeah, so it was like 8 months into the Pizza by Rocco, and I started getting a lot of like, I guess publicity and people like reaching out to me. I reached out to Michael and was like, hey, because I always knew that I needed a dining experience. Like eating the pizza, like you ever go to get a takeout pizza, by the time you get home, it don't taste as good as it did.
That's with everything.
You know, anything. Yeah. So I was like, I need this to be a dining experience. So I reached out to Michael. He was like, yeah, 100%. I'll let you have it. So we picked a day. I advertised for like 1 week, not even a long time. I posted like, hey, I'm having a pop-up Bojang's, blah, 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 taking reservations next Wednesday, I think it was. I sold out 245 people in like 30 seconds. I mean, maybe like 45 seconds. I didn't post a menu. I didn't tell nobody what was going to be there. Like you showed up.
They just want you. You just showed up and that's what you got.
You showed up 3 weeks later and it was like, oh, that's the menu.
So what did you have on the menu?
It was 5 pizzas. My first time I did it, my appetizer was cantaloupe wrapped in prosciutto. And then I had a dessert, which was, what was it? I forget. I had a dessert.
You did desserts and stuff. Like
we did a whole.
You did like a whole actual like a
menu,
3.
and then I did a sangria. I had like he let me make my own drink on the thing.
Wait, that's so nice.
Yeah, it was good.
I think that you're so like well rounded with everything. Yeah. Like even though you opened up a coffee shop and you had your Weiss fries, Weiss
fries. Yeah, pizza. We had burgers and fries before it was a thing.
Yeah, Weiss fries, burgers and fries. Yeah. So even though you had that. From traveling, you were able to, figure out different things that you wanted to make. And obviously, you're a great cook. I've had your roast pork. Who hasn't had Rocco's roast pork?
Yeah, it's really good.
Your mom, I know that she is great with, cooking and making. Is that how you learned how to cook? Is it just your family?
Yeah, my whole family was cooking. My mom definitely, but I mean, she ain't gonna like to hear this, but my dad's definitely a better cook than her.
Ooh.
But I mean, it all originates probably from my grandmother because we used to go there all the time. Everyone knows when you're Italian, you go to your grandmother's every Sunday.
Yeah.
So we would always go there, and if you didn't help out, you didn't eat. But I mean, most of my cousins were worried about like, oh, it's clean and do this. Like, I ain't cleaning dishes. I said I'm gonna get there early and help her cook, and then it's like being who don't love cooking. Because it reminds you of family. So
exactly.
That's like the one thing I have on my mom's side is cooking always reminds me of that part of my family. Because once your grandmother dies, the family starts dwindling down.
1,000%. Yeah. They're like the people who keep you, together.
So holding on to being in love with cooking and having a passion for that is like the way I keep my stem towards my grandmother. So.
Yeah, I love that. I think that it's really important to pay respect to these people who pretty much raised you and gave you the tools of today and just honoring them in some sort of way. And like, this is an honor. Like you're doing this in honor of your family, in honor of just, like I said, your community. And also, your grandmom, like she's someone who inspired you to do this.
She was the backbone of our family. Yeah, for sure. Now it's my mom. She's the new mom.
She is.
TT.
Yeah.
Oh my God. They drive her nuts.
But pizza. When was the first time you ever made a pizza?
I think I was like 7 or 8 maybe. My Uncle Tom used to own a pizza shop, Brothers Pizza. It was in Richmond, Virginia, I think. We used to go there every summer. And we would just run around kids messing around in a pizza shop. And then you just started, making pizzas as a joke. And then you start falling in love with it. And then every summer, me and my brother would go down for like a month with my cousin Thomas and Nicholas. That was my Uncle Tommy's kids. And we just always made pizza and messed around in a pizza shop. So
wait, and now here we are.
Yeah, here we are.
This is so crazy to me. Like, was there anything when you were a kid that you wanted to do besides opening up your own business?
Honestly, I always wanted to help people because I have a good heart. So, cooking and making people eat and have fun and is just like helping people,
1,000%.
I think I could have been a good nurse. If I wasn't a pizza or, like a business person or restaurant, I think I would be a good nurse.
I agree. I think that you have a very good heart, but I really see you in this job.
Yeah, this is me. Yeah.
This is you. And like we said before, you like to be your own boss.
Yeah, I do. but everybody does, right?
Who doesn't?
Like, who likes to get told to wake up at 5 a.m. to go do something that they
I'm a stay-at-home mom. I'm my own boss. Actually, Denny's my boss. I could be a good
stay-at-home dad.
I think you would be a great stay-at-home dad, making the kids food, lunches. Yeah, where he's at. He's ready. I will die right now. So tell me about the process of getting this place.
So I tried to get this point, like, as soon as the pizza started blowing up, like probably 5-6 months into it, I was like, all right, I probably got to start getting a brick and mortar spot. So I reached out to the original owners before who I got this place from. I was like, hey, there's rumors going around that you might be retiring. They're getting a little older. They're running it down. So I was like, you know what? Let me reach out to them. I reached out and I was like, hey, if you're interested, Like I'm looking for a place to open up my pizza and be more legit with a brick and mortar. And I didn't want them to like, I knew they were retiring soon. So if my pitch was like, hey, if you're not going to give it to me, I'm from this neighborhood. I went to Mount Carmel. I'm Newman. I'm in the Mummers. I lived on 2nd Street my whole life. So I was like, if you don't give it to me, it might fall in the wrong hands.
Absolutely.
And I was like real adamant to make sure that they knew that I was going to keep this place the same. It might look different, but the donuts are always going to be the same. But in that time, he was like, you know what? We're not ready yet. We'll let you know. And I'm like, oh, now what do I do? Like I was back to the drawing board. I love being at the house. Like it was a cool thing being in the backyard and stuff, but I had to get it to be more legit. And then like 2 months later, I was contacted by a really big restaurateur guy in the city of Philadelphia and was like, hey, there's a lot of traction with your pizza and they wanted to open up in Fishtown with me. And I was like, I don't know about that. Like, it's a lot. To be partners with someone, there's more expectations. Like I always want it to be my own thing.
Yeah.
Like it's always going to fall back on like keeping it to myself. And I knew like maybe it would have been a good idea, but I always wanted to be in this neighborhood because when I started the Pizza by Rocco, the people in this neighborhood was the reason why it blew up the way it did.
Absolutely.
So I was like, you know what? I don't know. And then a month later, same guy. He came back. He was like, yo, I got a spot up Center City. And to me, I didn't think Pizza by Rocco was ready for this, a Center City, Fishtown. Like that's your pebble. You're just a grain of salt, you know? Like you had to keep it here to make sure. I wanted to build it here first. And then like this is chapter 1 of
1,000%.
This is chapter 1 of my business experience. Like this is this is one of many that are going to come. Like I have 10-year plan that's going to be way more than just the bakery, but I had to keep it here first to make sure my first spot was going to be in this neighborhood.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. It's where your heart is.
Yeah.
And this whole thing, this is where your heart's been from the very beginning. And I think that's really great. Yep. Speaking about the mummers, you were saying like you were a mummer.
Yep.
With me.
Yeah, you are.
And Satin
You're
Slipper.
with me. I ain't with you.
True.
Right.
You're an OG, not me.
Yeah.
But Slipper, that's also family. I mean,
it's the best.
Like you were at my wedding.
Yep.
You and my husband are friends. And I just think that it's really nice that everyone comes together. And you're a big person in our club. Like you come up with the ideas and things like that. And I just think that you're just all around like a great ideas guy.
Yeah.
And what the tradition with the mummers, that means a lot to you too.
Yeah, because I mean, there's 3 or 4 guys in Slipper. Like one's the captain, my best friend since 1st grade.
Yeah.
You know, like that's how we've raised down here. Like we stay tight knit. We always stay close, and like Slipper's more about family. Like I mean, yeah, we like to compete and try to get first place, but at the end of the day, is it really about that? Like we show up and because how many brothers and sisters and you know, now all the kids are starting to come in now. We're starting to be the older people in Satin Slipper. Ain't that crazy?
That's disgusting.
Like I was looking back, I was like, when I joined, I was 17. And like the guys that ran it were 35.
Okay.
I'm 35.
Wait, I'll die.
It's sick. Think about
that's
that.
really sick.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's like now we're the new people that are running the club.
You just really made me really sad.
Hey.
Let me drink my
Ain't
coffee.
that crazy? Ben?
You're an old man.
Yeah.
But no, we have so many kids in our club, and
I think there's 42.
Yeah, there is.
Kids.
I mean, the awards last year, there's 42 kids, and it just goes to show you the tradition that we're trying to instill in these kids. And there's a lot of things that I've noticed just by being here in not only 2nd Street, but just being in Philadelphia in general. But South Philly is like no other. And best. I think that when you go somewhere else, right, like you traveled a lot.
Yep.
Say you met someone in like France, right? They don't have what we have, right?
I met people. The coolest people that I met when I traveled were kids from Australia.
Really?
They reminded me a lot of people like us from South Philly because they were tight knit. Because Australia is huge, but like the places that you live in aren't that big. You know, like they were tight. I still talk to them. Like
so it's
I'm still in touch
so
with
weird because when me and Montana went on a bachelorette party to Montreal, these 2 people said, "Are you from Australia?" And I went, "Australia?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They're like, the way you talk. I said, this is not an Australian
People
accent.
thought I was from Boston.
Boston.
I got a lot
I get
of
that.
Boston,
I get that a lot. Boston, New York. But the Australian really got me. I was like, that is not the way I talk. But
speaking of France, they get the bad rap. Paris is beautiful.
Is it?
I think I was probably my first. That's probably my favorite place that I've ever been to.
Paris.
Yeah, it was great.
Where you went to Italy, Paris.
I went to Italy like 4 times. Paris, Amsterdam, Belgium.
Oh my God.
London. I mean, everyone been to Canada. Everyone been to Mexico. Places like that.
Yeah.
But I went to Spain. I was in Barcelona.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Like, you've experienced so much in life.
Yeah.
Like,
and then, I mean, even with the coffee, over the last like probably 16 to 24 months, at least once or twice a week, I would drive, just say sometimes to Boston. The furthest I went up, I think, was Rhode Island. I would just hit up 3 or 4 coffee shops in the day just to see like what plates are they using, what cups are they using, what's their ceilings look like, their light fixtures, the vibe of their music, the machines that they're using, the floors, you name it, I looked at it.
you did a lot of research.
So I ordered things that's what my notes were. I was looking at what I liked and what I didn't like about places that I just kept going to.
I can definitely see you go into a coffee shop and just
By
sit
myself.
down.
You ever go out to dinner by yourself?
Rock,
That's the greatest thing in the
We had
world.
this conversation before.
I do it every Friday.
Yes.
I'm either in China, if you want to kill me, on Friday I'm either in Chinatown or up Center City at a restaurant, all by myself. I go right to the bar, I sit down, you get a free drink from the bartender because they notice that you're by yourself.
Oh,
and you
okay.
pick out what you want, and there's no one grabbing your food and say, let me taste yours. And then you feel bad because you got to give the other person what you ordered because you always ordered a better thing. So
Well,
being
because
by yourself is the best.
I know that about you. Guess what? I think it's like a very calming time, though. Don't you think so? Like when you're sitting by yourself and you're just eating your dinner and you're in your thoughts, but like...
I don't even take my phone out. It's the best feeling ever. You just don't get bothered.
When a lot of people, they go to dinner, right? And it's all about, let me take a picture of the food. Let me post it. Let me do let me do that.
I don't even take photos. You don't ever see me in photos. I don't like it.
I tried to take your picture because of your mom. And
Yeah,
you're like, no
what'd I
pictures.
say?
No
No.
pictures.
Can't stand them. I know I get the memories, but
I did sneak a picture of you making your coffee.
You
but
probably did.
I could post that like right now.
She can't understand that. Pictures are for memories, but memories are in your thoughts. Like if it ain't worth holding on to in your head, then the memory wasn't that great.
I think that a lot of people have different views on that only because, if you think about it, this is how we're going to differ. Yes, they're in our thoughts, but then just think people down the line, right?
Yeah, you
like,
want to show.
Like for me, like my son didn't meet my grandpa, but now there's pictures and videos of my grandpa.
Yeah, I guess.
Did I teach you something?
Yeah, you're not going to persuade me to
No.
because again, I don't like attention.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to stand there and smile and like be fake and like, you know what I'm saying? I like being in the moment. I like just experiencing what I'm involved in at the moment. And once it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah.
That's it. That's how I like to live my life. There's no past. There's no present. I live I live in the time of I'm in now, and that's it.
I get it. Yeah. I like that though.
That's how you
Just
gotta live.
living in the moment.
That's all you gotta do. No one does it no more.
No.
Everyone's with their head down in their cell phones and wanting to post a pretty looking thing on their so they get likes.
It's all about the likes,
I'm not about
right?
that life.
Now,
No.
like kids are even doing it though, and like when we were kids, we were going. It's okay. I mean, this is what today's all about, right? Yep. But for us, we used to go to the park. We used to go outside and play. Like what? And when you were a kid, though, what was one of your favorite things that you used to do with your friends?
In the summer, knock on the door and go. We would go to the park. We would play hockey in the morning. Take your skates off, put the shoes on, start playing basketball. We were out all day, and then play cops and robbers. And you went home and did it all over again.
You see how you said knock on the door?
Yeah, you would have to go to the door and not like
people don't do that.
Joey
no
Doc
more
was
either.
he would be up at 7 a.m. Yo, let's go start playing hockey or basketball. And it's like
is Rocco home?
no one came to my house because
No.
I was on 6th and Porter. I had to always come down this way. I don't think they were allowed in my neighborhood.
Guess what? It's changing though. I mean, I feel like a lot of neighborhoods in the city, like, I mean, we're called the leftovers, I believe.
No way. Yeah, we're the originators.
We are the originators. We're not a leftover.
No.
When people say that about us, it makes me so angry.
Yeah, but I mean,
they don't know.
They want to make themselves feel important. I mean,
guess.
I don't hate on the people that are coming here because they're making the neighborhoods better. They're making it maybe not safer mentality wise, but I mean, it's getting on the property values are going up.
This is true.
You know?
It's helping, our community as a whole.
Yep.
And they're also going to be the people coming to these like coffee shops.
They're the
and
ones that
things
are
like
paying $9 for a latte. You know
exactly. I mean, look at Starbucks. Like that's junk. And then
awful.
you're going to be doing your stuff and it's delicious, right? Yep. You want people to come here.
Yeah, I want you to feel safe. This is about sitting here and relaxing, talking just like this. That's what coffee shops are about.
I think when I envision like your place and when I like just thinking, I think that so many people are just going to want to come here. Like say someone from New York says, I'm coming to Philly. What is the top coffee shop? Like I want something that's going to make me feel good. Give me like, just a good vibe. They're going to come here. That's what I feel about this place. I'm not kidding. I walked through the door that day and was like, oh my God.
You got everyone that like tries to sneak a peek through here. It's like,
please, I thought it was
away.
That day I was like, is this a speakeasy? A coffee speakeasy? Everything was, you made it real private for the people that you cared about.
Yeah, I mean, the people that I invited were just my close friends, or they just had something to do with like getting me something, doing a favor for me, working on the place, just stuff like that. I wanted to give back to them and make sure they were the first ones that actually have the experience of the bakery,
That was nice.
Yeah.
And like you're a big family guy, right? So when you think of like, say your nieces, right? Like
they'll be working here as soon as they are allowed to.
Oh my God, are you kidding? 1,000%. Like they were with you on that day, and it just made me so happy. Like they were so. They
wanted to help. They were making coffee.
Sloan was getting the coffee and saying $10 and making money.
I gave everything for free. She walked out with $60.
She made money and then went to Target and bought herself something nice.
Making money. Making money. Kid,
I was cracking up. She's like, you want a cup of coffee? $10. I'm like, look at this girl making money right now. Hey, she's a voice. Well. Yeah. She is a voice. I love that. So do you want to play a game? It's not actually a game, Rock. Like, I know you're not a game guy.
Play some cards?
I'm really bad at cards, and I'm broke, so we cannot do that.
Right.
But this is Rocco's recommendation. Okay. So it's not a game. All right. It's just, I want to know your best favorite places.
Okay.
All right?
Shoot.
I'm shooting. Okay. The best, now this doesn't have to be in Philly. This is just wherever the first thing comes to your mind.
Can I give like a top three of each?
Yeah,
because
sure.
there's impossible to get
absolutely.
one of
You could do your top three.
All right. No particular order.
Okay.
All right.
Best restaurant you've ever been to?
Cafe de Close in Amsterdam.
What do they have?
That's a barbecue place. They have the best ribs in the world.
Okay.
So you go there, right, and you sit down, you order your barbecue. It's so small. There's like 15 tables. They make you leave. You go across the street to a bar across the street. The bar across the street's been there since like 1890, I think. And they like own it, so it's like a cool vibe. You go there, and by the time you have a couple of drinks, you go back, your food's just sitting on the table waiting for you.
Wait, that's really cool.
It's amazing.
Wow.
That's a good experience. That's good. I love Lucali in Brooklyn. That's a pizza shop. And then I would say right now, Alpen Rose is one of my favorites.
Listen, I love that thing. I love it there.
I talked to the waitress for 40 minutes about the plates. I swear to God.
Plates, so talk about a vibe. Forks. That place has the vibe. We went there for our anniversary. Yeah. It was amazing there. I did not care how much money we spent.
Didn't matter.
And the food was amazing, but I just loved the whole experience. Like you knocked on like the door, they opened it up. I just thought the menus were so cool.
Yeah, right?
I love that place.
See, when people ask me about stuff like that, I go, the food, food matters, but everything else means more than just the food.
1,000%.
The vibe, you have to have good plates, you have to get the tables got to look good. The decor matters. That's why Steven Starr does so well. It's places you walk in, you feel like you're in Paris when you go to Park.
That's so cool, yeah.
You gotta think of it that way.
And the people who work for you too. Like you need to have a good staff that's going to make you feel like welcomed and everything. I mean, you can have a beautiful place and a great vibe, but that server can mess everything up for you. Yep. So I definitely would never be able to be a server.
Wow, you have a good personality. I don't know about you carrying plates out. You might be too nervous.
I don't know.
You'd be a good busser. Just go pick out the dirty plates.
Hey, how you doing? How's it going? Now, I don't think that I would be good at someone like being like nasty to me. I would just shut down. Or tell them off. I don't know. It depends on my day.
Smile and say
just a little smile. Hello. But no, Alpen Rose, That's one of my favorite places in the city.
So good.
Yeah. I know you like sushi.
Yes.
So your best place to have sushi.
World Izakaya. No question asked.
Where's that?
It's on 2nd and Catherine.
So here.
It's right here.
Wow, okay.
Jesse Ito, he's amazing.
All right. Nice. See, I've only ever ate a California
You never
roll.
drove down 2nd Street and saw the red lantern light up on the right-hand side on 2nd Street?
No.
When that lantern's on, that means they're open. They don't
Where
take
is this at?
reservations. It's on
2nd and what?
2nd and Catherine.
Okay.
Right on the right side.
I never saw the place.
No phone, no reservations, nothing. You show up at
just
5
show up?
o'clock, you put your name down, and you go eat.
Is this a Friday spot?
I think they're open almost every day.
Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll try more
Great
sushi.
though. Mhm.
The top 3 places that pizza.
Lucali's definitely number one. I would say Lucali. Lucia's is also great in Brooklyn. That's like a good quick and go and grab and go spot. And then if I had to pick anywhere, like Philadelphia doesn't have great. I don't know how, but Pizza Shack and Maxon's probably the best to me anyway. That's just my opinion.
Like in Philly.
In Philly, yeah, I love Pizza Shack and Maxon. Yeah.
Pizza Shack. I remember.
Not Pizza Shack. Pizza Shack's on 16th Street.
Yeah, is that what you're talking about?
Shack and Maxon is in the old
What is that?
Pizzeria Badia on Girard Ave, I want to say. It's like right near Johnny Brenda's.
Oh, I never had their pizza either.
They just opened a new place. It's called Pizzeria Richmond. It's on Richmond Ave.
Gotcha.
Great pizza.
You went everywhere. Oh
Everywhere.
my God, I cannot believe this.
Mm-hmm.
So a place you visited with the best food.
Barcelona. They had the best bread.
Really?
They had better bread than Italy and better bread than Spain.
Would you make bread
No,
here?
Spain. Paris.
Would you make bread here?
Yeah, I'm making bread.
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So
100%,
you're
yeah.
also selling bread.
Bread, focaccia, pizza, donuts,
Wow.
cookies.
We're going to get back to that pizza thing because I want to hear how you're doing that here. So we're going to get back to that.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So best off the wall dish that you recommend someone trying.
Oh my God. The octopus from W.M. Mulherron's.
Where's that?
W.M. Mulherron's is in Fishtown.
Okay.
It's a hotel, but also has a restaurant downstairs. Again, vibe. You walk in, there's a fireplace, there's a small bar. The octopus, it's the best octopus you'll ever have in your life. And so, I mean, I guess octopus now is kind of like people eat it more often than they used to, but that's probably the best off-the-wall dish that people might be scared of because it comes out. It's a long tentacle, I guess, like a foot long.
So there was a place that I went to, off the wall experience. It was called, it was like a French place. It was up Center City. I forget what it was called. But when you walk in, like the guys have to wear a jacket. And if you don't wear a jacket, yeah, like they tell you can't go in. So me and my dad go in this place and the chef comes out and they're like little spoons, right? And they're like, this is complimentary on the chef. Like you have to eat it. So I'm like,
Was it a palate cleanser?
It was no palate cleanser. This was like a heart of something. It was the most disgusting thing I ever had. And I was with like this PR guy, and I'm not kidding. I almost threw up all over the table.
At least you ate. At least you
yeah,
tried
where
it.
was this place? Well, I forgot the place. It was a French restaurant up Center City. The outside was white. I don't know. I forget the name. But yeah, that was the most off-the-wall thing I've ever had, and it was terrible. A heart of something. Gross.
Yeah, I never tried heart. No.
No, though I don't recommend. Best coffee place. Not this place. This is obviously the best, but
I could give you 3 good coffee shops in the city. Elixir is definitely up there. Herman's is great. The owner, Matt, he's a great guy. He's cool. And then I would say Cafe Roasters is a Vietnamese coffee shop.
oh, that's
I
different.
think it's on J Street, like up near under the L. Mm-hmm. That's probably the best coffee shop in the city.
Really?
Not even close. Yeah.
Well, talking on Herman's, you had your pizza there, right?
Yes, I sold frozen pizza there.
That's cool. That's
2 summers ago.
That's a cool like little spin on it.
Yeah, so I mean, I started working down the shore. I was too busy, so I said, you know what, let me start making frozen pizza. So I went out and bought a vacuum seal thing. I Googled how to vacuum seal pizza, how long it takes, and I wrote the instructions. I got stickers made up, and
Did that do well there?
Yeah, I think I sold 40 a week there.
Oh, well,
throughout the
that's
summer.
great.
Yeah,
that's
was-
awesome
yeah, it was
because a lot
pretty
of people around here, they go down the shore.
Yeah, so it was like, you know what, you can go grab it and take it wherever you want to take it.
Your pizza, you're going to be doing that here? Is Pizza by Rocco going?
No.
Okay.
On the internet, yes.
Okay.
So the way I want to do it here is going to be Friday and Saturday only. 5 o'clock is when the orders start taking till sell out. So there might be a line outside. There's no phone-ins. I don't care who you are. If you're my family member, you're my best friend, everyone's going to get a fair shot. So if you want to line up, that's how you get the pizza, 40 a night. That's it. I'm keeping it to 40. And that was the reason why I had to buy this place, because the donuts were so established.
Yes.
So having the donuts that were established is a business within itself. I love coffee. Donuts and coffee
They go together.
Right? So I focused on bringing a coffee shop to Whitman first, having the donuts here, and being able to keep my pizza as exclusive as it always is, and still make money every day, not worry about, like, the pizza is like a passion project. It's like, I don't care if I make $1 on it. I just want it to be there, and I want it to be hard to get. And that's how it's going to be.
Wow.
And then Sunday will be tomato pie because of church.
Oh, of course,
pie.
yeah. People will come right from across the
Well,
street.
it's going to be the same thing, just 40 tomato pies on Sunday. Once they're gone, they're gone.
I love how, like, exclusive this all is.
Yep.
Now, your donuts, are they going to be from the recipe of...
I bought the original recipes that were here. I think it was like 100+ year recipe from Germany. It was a German guy that owned it. That the previous owners bought that off of the original owners of this place, which was Hires. So I got that recipe in the deal with the building.
And when you talk about your coffee, right? Like, I'm sure you got the lattes, you have this and that. Like, are you going to do any, like, specialty things?
Yep. So, I mean, every coffee shop has, you know, the lattes, the cappuccinos, stuff like that. But here we're going to be doing Einsteiners.
What is that?
Which is a German-Australian drink, which is coffee, a little milk, and it's topped with whipped cream and cocoa powder.
Oh, I think I might like this.
It's so good.
I really think this might be a drink for me.
It's popular in California, and no one really has it in like the East Coast yet, and it's real popular in Europe as well. So,
is this homemade whipped cream?
It's always homemade whipped cream. Well, if you go to Starbucks and you get the cold foam, cold foam is whipped cream before it turns into cream.
Gotcha.
Like, it's the same concept, but it's just a thicker layer. So when you try it, like, you get it hot or iced. People are going to get it iced, but if you get it hot, when you sip on it and you have the whipped cream at the top with the cold and hot contrast, it reminds you of drinking hot chocolate as a kid when you're like, you know, and it's hot with the cocoa powder.
You're talking to someone who drinks hot chocolate in 90-degree weather. Okay.
But that's kind of like a spin-off. It's like a super energetic.
Wait, I'm really excited for this.
Yeah, it's good.
I need to have one.
Yeah.
Okay. I need what is it called?
Einsteiner.
I can't even say it. I can't say it. That's going to be hard. You need to call it something else.
Yeah. And then, you know, of course, every month there'll be 4 specialty lattes that'll be on the menu, but it'll be on the front of on the table.
Are you doing any specialty donuts, or you're on the side of?
No, same thing. I just put my menu together within the last month, so there's gonna be probably 24 donuts. You know, like your vanilla chocolate, your glaze, your
wow, that's a lot of donuts.
Yes, so every month there'll be 4 specialty donuts, 4 specialty lattes for the month. Once the month's over, it's going to be new 4.
I love how you're doing that.
Yeah, it'll be with the spray. You know, it'll go with the times.
The times, like the different seasons, holidays, stuff like that.
Yeah, for my pop-up, we had the Irish
potato. Yeah, you did that, and you did a really cool one that looked like strawberry milk, kind of.
Oh yeah, it was a chocolate covered strawberry, and we did the mint mocha.
Yes. How did you come up with these things?
Traveling. You know, trying different stuff in different areas, and you know, I mean, I'm not reinventing the wheel. You know, and it's just flavor combination. You know, I've been cooking for my whole life. I just know what
works,
good, what doesn't work. You know, and it's trial and error. I've been in my house putting stuff together. I'm not hitting the home run all the time, you know?
I can only imagine you bouncing off of walls, drinking the coffee at home, trying to figure it out. That's what I would be doing.
Yeah, most people in the Hall of Fame hit doubles and triples and singles. They always hit home runs.
Listen, I think that everything you're doing is great. I'm very proud of you. I'm excited for you. Give some, like, a little inspiration for someone that's just trying to, like, had a goal in their life, maybe had some challenges, but now they're here and they want to do something like this, like open up their own business, whether it be anything at all. Like give them that little boost of inspiration.
Well, there's two things. One, don't ever be scared and don't listen to people. Always listen to your gut and don't be afraid of failure. People don't do things because they're afraid to fail.
1,000%.
We had Weiss fries. I was a kid. We failed. Like you don't say, oh, it's it, and you just give up. Like failing is the best rule of learning. Like you learn what don't work. You failed and you take that and put it into something that you're more passionate about, and it just makes you even more driven. You want to keep going and figuring stuff out. And when you fail, that's a good thing. You fail in life, it's because your character. I mean, falling down, getting scraped, you know what it feels like to get hurt, or get punched in the face, and then you're not afraid to get in a fight anymore.
Yeah. I think, like I said before, everything that you do in life, it's a learning process. It's what makes you the person you are today.
Yep.
And all your experiences and all your trials and errors in life brought you to this awesome business. It's going to do fantastic. I know it, like in my soul. You're going to have merchandise. You're going to have selling donuts, coffee, pizza. I can only imagine what else you have in your mind. We'll be here for days. I don't know. Let's go. Come on, tell me.
Well, after the summer, we're going to do a restaurant, BYOB on the weekends only, like Friday, Saturday.
Okay.
So we're going to do a set menu. You're not going to walk in here and try to order something. It's going to be the same menu all month. Everyone's going to eat the same appetizer, the same pizza, the same pasta, the same dessert.
So it's kind of like how you did the pop-up, right?
Same exact thing as the pop-up, but the pop-up you were able to order your menu.
Okay.
There is no menu.
Gotcha.
It's a chef's taste. Whatever's on the menu that month is what you get set per
awesome.
person.
Like a chef's taste.
Yep. So it's going to be 24 people at 5:30, 24 people at 7:30 on Friday and Saturday, BYOB. That's it.
BYOBs are the way to go.
That's the only thing.
Oh, my God. Yeah. And will you kind of open it up to saying someone wants to have like a rehearsal dinner or a party or something?
Yep. People have been asking me about that. I'm open to do private events like that. And then if the date, we would have to do it in advance, of course. And then I just wouldn't do the dinner service thing that I have. And I would just be like closed for the night for a private event.
I think it would be perfect in here, like the whole vibe in here. Like if you have like, a wedding party, just have some pizzas.
We have 24 seats.
Yeah, which is plenty.
Perfect.
I mean, it's perfect.
Small, intimate spot. You walk by, and then I'll have outdoor seating as well. So, I mean, during a restaurant, there'll be probably 10 people outside.
And people love eating outside. And when the weather is beautiful, who wants to be inside and like outside, and this is a great neighborhood. So, I mean, you feel safe. I mean, come on, there's a church across the street. Our Lady of Mount Coffee.
Yeah.
No, I just love everything about here. I really do.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rocco, for hanging out with me today. I wish you so much luck. This is great. I'm really proud of you.
Thank you.
All right. So thank you so much for watching, listening. Make sure that you like and subscribe. We're on YouTube, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, the whole 9 yards. You can watch us any time of the day. This is what we like to do. We are the City Buzz. And remember, keep your eyes on the city.
And your ears on the buzz.
Bye.